Alright everybody, this is Chris here from Cigar Initiate, and today I am going to be opening the latest Privada Cigar Club box. So, let's go ahead and get it cut open and get into it. I'm always really excited to have these boxes come in. Always love seeing what cigars they're going to have, how much they're aged, how rare they are, and then of course the best part about it is smoking them. So as always, the first item that comes out of the box is a little piece of literature where they go over all of the cigars, what kind of tasting notes they have, what it's taken for them to get them. And then the actual Privada Cigar Club bag itself, got their stamp on the front, the Privada sticker on the back, a nice sealed foil-lined bag to keep everything nice and fresh. All right, so let's open this up and see what we've got. So, as always, 69% Privada relative humidity packet, and 3 cigars this month. Right, so the first one will be from Illusion Cigars, and it is the Cruzado. So this cigar has been aged for 4.5 years. It's a Nicaraguan Criollo Rosado leaf wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and filler. And here it says, so we called Illusion and said, hey, we're Privada Cigar Club. And the guy on the phone said, yeah, we know all about you. Glad you called. That was a great start. So I explained the club was founded on rare and aged sticks, and the guy said, we have a war chest of things just like that. We went over his supply and picked the oldest medium ring gauge stick he had. This is what you are holding. It's called the Cruzado Elitas. This particular Elitas is aged 4.5 years to absolute perfection. I want to say this about Cruzado. Aged this way, it may be the best all-around cigar the club has had yet. I am not saying you will like it more than some of your favorites. I'm saying all around body, flavor, strength, and construction, it's a 94/95 rating in my book. I like other cigars we have had more, not many, but if I had to choose only one stick to give to a person in a contest, it would probably be it. Let's please blast our Illusion on Instagram. Let them know we appreciate their support so that we can get more of their war chest sticks. So some of Brian's tasting notes says powdery, black pepper, leather, and floral. There's a funky note to this at times like you get from goat cheese, oak, sweetness, and tanginess like an apricot. The floral notes go violet and purple at times, reminding me of grape jelly near the middle. This is a cigar I would give someone who only smokes Cubans and say, I told you so. Wow, so that is a pretty nice sounding cigar. Like always, this cigar comes in very good shape. I love the way that they package them and send them out. A tiny bit of damage at the foot of the cigar, but that won't have any kind of implication on the burn, I don't anticipate. The wrapper of this cigar actually doesn't have much of a smell to me at all. So I get mild leather, maybe just a tiny bit of oak, but there's not a pungentness to the smell. The foot, however, has a fair amount of aroma. I get like a chocolate, mild coffee, a little bit of oak, cedar, and then I can smell just a little bit. It almost smells like citrus, but it has a sweet kind of like a nectarine peach smell. Okay, So this is the Illusion Cruzado. Let's move on to the next cigar that comes in the bag. Oh, and this one looks fantastic. Beautiful Lancero. Okay, so this is the Crowned Heads 4 Kicks Maduro, limited edition 2018. And you can see this is absolutely gorgeous. Love the red, the gold, and the black, and the band really makes it look really classy. It has a mottled kind of dark chocolate looking wrapper, and it has that beautiful marbling that I love to see in some wrappers, really show some superior aging. And then it kind of has this little, I don't even know what the actual word is for this, but I'll call it a little rascal alfalfa tail on there. Now this wrapper, however, has some really profound aroma. Kind of tastes like winter cooking spices, something that you might get off of if you ever had mulled apple cider during the fall or the holidays. Chocolate, leather, like a medium strength tobacco, actually a little bit stronger than most wrappers taste. And then there's kind of a funky note in there as well. Still a wonderful smell on it. And the foot, it almost has a pipe tobacco smell. So if you ever had a can or a bag of flake pipe tobacco, it has that just super pleasant, sweet aroma. That's exactly the kind of smell that I'm getting from this. And I would say again that it has, there's a pipe tobacco that I had a few years ago that was a winter special. I believe it was a winter special 2015. I'm not sure if it was from Macallan or maybe Dunhill. It might have been a Dunhill Christmas special 2015. And this smells almost exactly like it. Mulled Christmas spices. Kind of has a fruitcake tinge to it. And then a creaminess that I can't put my finger on. All right. That one is going to be fantastic. So let's get into reading what this cigar is all about. So this is a Connecticut Habano Maduro wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and filler. Pretty exciting stuff. This is our first pull on a release of a limited edition Crowned Heads, and it sure is a beauty. Dark as midnight. Cold draw is prunes and pepper. So the prunes would probably where I got that that fruitcake kind of tinge. This is the 5th size for the 4 Kicks line, and it is a club favorite size as that, the Lancero. Now, for the record, I prefer a thicker ring gauge Lancero. My favorite is 40 to 42, which technically can be considered a Lonsdale. But boy, is this a beauty. The first third of this cigar is black pepper and slight vanilla with an oak, along with a nuance of what to me tastes like artificial banana candy or fresh berry. The pepper goes from black to red, and if you retrohale this thing, be careful. It's a pepper blast to the sinuses. Oak, leather, red pepper, and sweetness coat the palate. Do not put it down for long or it will go out, but try to keep it as cool as possible. One draw every 45 seconds should do it. If you keep it cool, it has depth of flavor and character. If you smoke it hot, pulling too often, it just tastes great, but it's harder to pick out the nuances. Crowned Heads has done a great job through the years, and this cigar is no exception. Tasting notes: creamy, dark chocolate, stone fruits, dried prunes, and fake banana. Leather and an herbal note at times that comes and goes with a great amount of pepper on the retrohale and red pepper on the mouth and finish. All right. So again, that's That's another fantastic sounding cigar. And this one, I kind of like when they do the limited editions that are a little bit more recent. I'm the type of person where almost every cigar in my humidor has a double, if not more. And I love to smoke a cigar, and even if I don't like it, I make sure to put little notes in my book so that I go back and smoke one of those at a later date just to see, does the cigar mellow? Do some of the flavors that I didn't like initially kind of flood out? And when they do these more rare limited editions that are more recent, it's a lot easier to find a double, a triple, a box, sampler somewhere with those in them. So I really enjoy that. Right, and let's move on to the last cigar in this month's packet. So this one is an El Titan de Bronze Redemption Maduro. Okay, so again, nice, beautiful wrapper. Simple, elegant, nice colors, which again, I always love. Everything looks to be in good shape. There is just one tiny hole in the wrapper right here, which probably isn't big enough to actually come up on a screen. There it is, right at the tip of my finger. Doesn't look like a beetle hole at all. It's the only damage that I see. It just looks like a flaw in the wrapper itself that may have been just too small for the wrapper to catch. So this wrapper just has a mild milk chocolate, coffee, and a bit of maybe fall leaves. Just like a dry, leafy smell. And then similar smells from the foot. So it has aroma of dried leaves, maybe like cocoa, not so much milk chocolate on the foot, but just a non-sweet cocoa powder. And then just a tinge of what coffee beans would smell like. All right, so let's read what they've got here in the notes. This is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper over a Nicaraguan binder and filler. El Titan de Bronze is a small cigar rolling factory in the Little Havana section of Miami. They roll for brands like Warped Padilla, Cornelius and Anthony, La Palina, and Drew Estates. They began in 1995 with rollers from the bigger tobacco houses in Cuba like Partagas and Romeo. One of the master blenders from this factory is named Willie Herrera. You may recognize his name as Willie has put out some of the best blends of the past 5 years, including Herrera Esteli and many others. The factory was started by Senor Carlos. After his death, his daughter Sandy Cobas took over. Sandy is passionate about cigar making. Sandy is passionate about cigar making. Most Little Havana factories have since left town for cheaper workers to places like Central America, but Sandy isn't going anywhere. She likes control. She can oversee the entire process in her shop and quality check each stick. This is one of their own private blends, available almost nowhere. Seriously. You will not see this in your local shop. The Redemption Maduro is not what it looks like. Even with the boldest of leaves, like the San Andreas wrapped around it, the stick is smooth. That's smoother than smooth. It's dynamic. There are layers of flavors that don't punch you in the face, rather they waft in your nose and mouth elegantly. At the first third, you are either begging for more from the cigar or very pleasantly surprised by it, but by the second third, it goes deeper and you realize this is a classical music, not jazz. The third and final third leaves you wondering what each note becomes. Herbal, leathers, powders. If you like Cubans, you will love this stick, a darker cousin. The tasting notes, powdery smooth, sweetened cocoa, hazelnut, not the flavoring, but the actual nut itself, cedar, tea, herbal notes, a bit of white pepper, and lots of leather. And this probably has one of the simplest pairing notes. He just puts in coffee, some caramel squares, and Hershey milk chocolate or Nutella. All right. So honestly, reading through the paperwork, this sounds like one of the best months yet. Out of the three, I am probably most excited for this Crown Heads 4 Kicks. So now that we're coming into the holiday season, this is one of the times that I probably enjoy smoking cigars or smoking pipes the most. One of the reasons that I got into cigars and pipe smoking to begin with was my grandfather. And the holidays was one of those times where we would sit there, smoke a cigar on the front porch, and we kind of harbored around some of those special holiday flavors. So like that Christmas special 2015 that I had referenced, when smelling the wrapper in the foot of this was one of our go-to favorites. So I'm really hoping that when I smoke this cigar that it has some of those same nuances, some of those flavors, some of those tastes, so that it can trigger some of those memories in my mind. And if it does, this is going to be a cigar that I am really going to seek out, try to find a box, try to find multiples of, to keep an age in my humidor. So like Brian had said in his notes, I really do like the Lanceros as well. I would like a little bit thicker ring gauge, but this one is more than fine. Some of these smaller ring gauge cigars, you really get the development of flavor in them. You get a good ratio between the binder filler and the wrapper, so you don't have, say, just a gorgeous, beautiful tasting wrapper that gets just washed out by a subpar filler, or a filler that doesn't share the same kind of profiles and doesn't blend very well to the sweetness or the robust flavors that are in the wrapper. So this one is going to be something that I am super excited to smoke, and I very, very well may smoke this in the next couple of days so that I have time to get those as the holiday season progresses. So that has been this month, November's Privada Cigar Club. This video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Privada. By the way, Privada, if you're watching, I would love to be sponsored, but I will continue to support your product and to smoke your cigars either way. We'll be posting some pictures of these on Instagram here shortly, and you may even see them on my Instagram before the actual video is cut and brought out. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please put a like down below. If you disliked this video, hit thumbs down, and in the comments, tell me why. I love to get your guys' comments, your feedback, so that I can improve, I can change my videos to help fit your viewer base. And I really enjoy bringing you guys all of these cigar videos, and especially these Privada ones, because I get really excited when this Privada Cigar Club box comes in. All right. So again, this has been Chris with Cigar Initiate, and this is November's Privada Cigar Club bag. If you have not already, I will put the link below to Privada's Instagram so that you can see their wonderful feed as they feature people much like myself that enjoy the club, the product that they bring forward, and I will link their website so that you can go on there and subscribe. So have a good one, guys. Thank you very much.